Well, he's the only one that's had some reps at it, so I think we all know he can do that, and we put him in there to get some reps. But we really want to see what we get with the other guys. But we just got pressed into a situation last week where we were down guys, so we.
It's difficult. I mean, Antoine's missed about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. Can you catch up before the season starts?
Well, it's hard to catch up if you're not practicing, if you're not out there. So it all determined, it all be determined on how fast he gets back and what he can do. The longer he's out, the harder it is.
You see one of those guys in a game at this point?
When you say one of those guys,
35 or 25, specifically this game.
You'd like to see them both in this game. I mean, it would really help in terms of evaluation, in terms of somebody trying to earn a spot. Obviously that we do have some practice reps behind us with these guys, so if we did have to make a determination because they couldn't make the game, that would be one thing. But you always like to see guys in game circumstances. Practice is sometimes easier because you're comfortable against the guys you're practicing against. And then when you go into a game and you're playing different guys, then guys react differently. And so the games are important that way. So we really would like to see them in the game, but I'll just leave it at that. We'd really like to see them in the game.
When it comes to the dime, is it the 60B, is it those same guys we've been talking about, or are there other options?
Well, I think there could be other options. That'll be something that we'll determine. We haven't really worked through any type of dime scenario because we're still trying to solidify the nickel spot. And until we get that solidified, I don't think it makes sense to try to add another DB to the mix at this point.
How do you think the nickel would be an option for the top? Or alternative?
Well, if we can barely figure out what our nickel is, nickel's going to be it. It won't be a dime.
How is that mentality sort of been viewed about to figure out if you want somebody to be in the slot with Cam outside or Cam in the slot and somebody else outside? I mean, like, has it always been from the standpoint if he can do either, so whoever stands out the most with the other position gets in there, or are you trying to serve the guy who's the starter and put him in his more favorite position?
Well, what we'd like to do is we know that Cam Sutton can play the nickel. Nickel's a hard position. It's a combination of a linebacker and corner. And it's a hard position. It takes a lot of different skill. It takes linebacker skills in terms of reading the run. It takes DB skills in terms of covering the slots. And so it's a unique position. And Cam, we know, can do that. And so our goal or charge was to find if we had somebody that could play that position inside. Because I thought we had two really quality guys last year between Cam and Mike Hilton. And losing Steve outside, so now Cam is outside, so we needed to find another guy in there. We know we have Cam, so we still have two at some point. And so we weren't trying to serve anybody. We're trying to serve our best interest in terms of getting the best guys on the field and determining who could be that inside guy. Because we already know we got one, and we know we can play outside. We need to find out if we have another nickel, and that's been the big thing so far.
How did Pierre kind of grown in that outside role? Especially last year, making the preseason.
He's done well. He's got some ways to go still as a player and learning, but all signs are pointing up for James. He works his tail off. He competes hard. He's tough, and he'll continue to get better. When he's good enough to really put in there, time will tell that. But I think he's working in the right direction.
Right now, week one of Buffalo. Do you feel comfortable?
I always feel comfortable. I like our guys. It's just a matter of where we put them. I think we're going to have enough good guys to put out there to play for us. I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure we have our guys in the right position.
Is this the best you've seen of Justin Long been here so far?
Do you have any wood for me to knock on? Because I'll knock on wood and I'll say yes. I think that
My head.
I think that Justin has really done a good job these last few weeks of showing up. And I think in terms of when I say showing up, he's making plays on the ball. He's getting around the ball. He played really tough the other night. Threw his body in there. So those are all good signs. And I think he's, again, a guy that we have to see consistency in that type of production and that type of play. But I like where he's going.
With him, I mean, it's no secret he was in the news for the wrong reasons this offseason. Have you seen him bounce back and take a different mentality or approach coming into year three after that?
I think so. I think year three for a lot of guys is where that's kind of the, hey, what kind of player am I going to be in this league? And I think he feels that. I think he sees that. And so I think he's done a good job of embracing that and knowing that he has to do better and play better, and he has. So To say that I don't know if the incident had anything to do with it, I just think he knows his position and his lot right now, and so he's trying to make sure that he makes the best of it, and that's good for us because that means he's going to develop into being a quality player.
So has there been much discussion on eventually getting make the moves a little bit around on third down? I heard the term step to the line going around by your head coach on the podcast. Do you think there's more to glean from him despite all he's done?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the thing with Mink is you could put him anywhere. He's such a smart player, and he's so versatile, and he's big, and he's fast. Like, you could put a guy like that anywhere and do a lot of things with him. We haven't explored that at this point because, again, we're still trying to work through the main part and getting our main secondary solidified. But we'll cross that bridge when it gets to it. But we do have the flexibility to do that because we do have a lot of smart guys in the back end. But right now, pardon me?
Does that intrigue you a little bit?
Oh, it always intrigues me. I like stuff. And when I say stuff, I mean stuff, like moving guys around. I love that stuff because it makes it hard for the offense. I mean, if offense comes out and knows exactly where we're going to be, they're going to have a good idea of what to run and try to put themselves in the best position. But if we make it hard for them, then that works hard.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to find a guy to take the spot that Cam had last year. This is see that there's really a lot of section to what you did to guys last year is not having confidence with Justin confidence.
Well, again, we have. It's hard to say we don't have it because the two guys that we're working on that are having an opportunity at that position haven't been available, and so to say we don't have it, I don't know. I can't answer that honestly because they haven't been there. We would like that production. I think that's a big part of our defense. If you watched our defense, what Mike and Cam do in there at nickel was a big part of what we did, and it drives us a little bit. Being able to cover and blitz and do a lot of things in the run game, it gives us position flexibility, it gives us personnel flexibility. We don't always have to go big when they go with big people on the field, and we can stay with that smaller package, and it gives us a lot of options and different things. So, we're just trying to find a guy that can do it. I don't know if we can until we get those guys out there.
Anything else?
All right, what do you see from Trey Norwood so far, and are you comfortable with him as the backup at free safety?
Excuse me. I like Trey. I think Trey's shown kind of what we saw on tape. Very smart, very aware, going to be where he needs to be around the ball. So he's working in the right direction. And the kid's been out here every snap, every practice, hasn't missed a thing. So those things are trending up, and I like that moving into the season. I think he's worked his way to be up in there and be in that discussion to be the best, the next safety in the game.
Thanks, guys.
All right. See you guys.
We'll have James.